Everyone loves talking about winning and how they have achieved great things in life, but nobody talks about how winners are actually built. And this might surprise you and this might piss you off, but winners are actually built by losses, setbacks, hard times, and hard situations. Today I'm going to talk about how most high performers face losses and how you can face your losses, and why most people stop right after they face a single setback in their life. If you're new here, first of all, very much welcome to the channel. And if you don't know who I am Abhishek, and I am 20 years old and I run a multiple 5-figures online content agency, and I've been a businessman since the past, I've been hustling since I was 14 years old, so I don't do the math. And I'm qualified to talk about this topic because I started at the very bottom of human existence, I would like to say. I grew up in the ghettos, I grew up in the kind of slum areas, studied in the cheapest governmental school in Nepal, and started from nothing and now getting something and on my way to get everything. And in this channel I share what I learned in my journey, I show my journey, and I share the things that I learn every single day with you so that you can learn by my mistakes, by my lessons, and you can do something good in your life, and my story and my lessons can at least inspire you. And don't worry, I'm not here to sell you any courses or sell you anything. I just like sharing what I know, I just like sharing what I've got so that you can be inspired. I like inspiring people, so that's basically it, and that's why I basically started this YouTube channel. So without wasting any time, let's get right into the video. Let's talk about why most people cannot handle losses. You see, the baseline is the only way to win is by losing. And I know this sounds very confusing, but hear me out. The only people who do not lose in life are the ones who never try anything. If you've never tried fighting in a boxing match, then how on earth will you lose a boxing match, right? And most people don't fail because they are not capable. They think they are incapable, that's why they fail, but they fail because they cannot get the lessons and they cannot get the growth that's inside losing. And basically their ego does not just let them process their failure. And most people break after setbacks because they attach their identity to winning. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you must understand that winning is a part of losing. If you never lose, you will never win. You will never learn. You will never get anything in life if you never try, if you never lose, and if you never get up after you face your setbacks. I've seen countless amounts of people who get a simple setback in their life. Let's say they start a normal business. Let's say somebody starts a cafe business, and then the business does not do that good in the first 3 months, and they are getting slammed in their face with failure, with losses, etc. And they are sitting there complaining, why is my business not working? I think the cafe business does not really work. I just cannot do this. I should rather get a job. And there's a huge problem there because we lose so that we can learn lessons from it. In my life, I have lost way more many times than I have won. So giving you some context and some examples, I have ran multiple businesses in my entire business career. As I said, I started hustling since I was 14. So you can imagine how many times I tried and how many times I failed. So I basically started selling secondhand phones, and that failed, and I was basically into, secondhand stuff back in those days. Then I started singing in cafes, thinking I'm gonna be a big artist and, make tons of money singing in cafes and using my vocals and, just be the street busker who just sings everywhere and just makes tons of money, gets tons of fame. But that failed miserably. That failed so bad that the cafe owner called me on the side and said, hey, you sing good in videos, but why are you so bad in public, bad in performing? So that was pretty embarrassing, and that was kind of public embarrassment because it was so rough, so bad that I thought music is not for me and I gotta quit music. And even my current business, which is successful now, I started it like almost 3 years ago, and at the first 6-7 months I did not get any results. I was doing everything I could, learning every single day, but not getting any results. And if I had to quit on every single setbacks I've faced, every single losses I've faced in my business career, then I will never have the financial success that I have today, because I will probably chasing quick wins and I will probably be in a foreign country making some money and working a slave job somewhere. But I knew that my lessons were in the losses, my lessons were in the downs and not only in the ups. And if I'll keep learning from my failures, if I keep learning every single time I get down and I stand right back up, I realized that I get better, and that's the only way I grow. And this is the business side of things. I've failed in a lot of things in my life. I've failed in relationships. I've been cheated on in my relationship. I've been betrayed by so many people, and I've been through a lot of setbacks, a lot of losses. But one thing that kept me moving is I knew that every single setback is a chance to get right back again. See, you should think as if every single setback is a springboard, and every time you go down, you spring right back up. That's how I see setbacks. That's how I see losses. That's how I see failures. And even now, it's not that I will never lose or I will never face any setbacks. I will never go through any hard times. Yes, I do have more experience. Yes, I do have the lessons I've learned. Yes, I do have the wisdom I now have. But I am sure that I will still face setbacks and downs and challenges and hard situations. But I know one thing, that all of those things are there to make me stronger and make me grow more and make me more wiser. That's the baseline of it. Another very recent example that I can give you is, this is a very good lesson that you can take from this. You guys might like Andrew Tate, you guys might not like him, you guys might like him, doesn't really matter. You can learn something from everything, right? You can learn something from even the guy who is picking up the garbage. So recently he had huge hype of winning his boxing match, and he lost very badly. He performed very badly. It was a huge setback in his life. And I also watched it because I'm a huge Tate fan, and I watched the fight, and it actually broke my heart seeing how bad he lost and how bad he performed. But the thing that amazed me and that gave me a strong reminder is that no matter how hard he got hit, he got up and he's still moving, and he took it so positively. He took the loss so positively that it's absolutely amazing. And the thing that amazed me was his face was brutally battered after the huge battle he went through. His face was completely destroyed. I bet he had fever. I bet he was on bed, could not get up, but still the next day he was online and he was working, and he came live on Rumble and he was talking positive things and he was inspiring other people, and he was saying he learned lessons in this loss, and he was saying he got better, he got stronger, and he got the opportunity to grow. And that absolutely inspired me, and that absolutely touched me so strongly that now I'm sharing it with you. So now let's talk about how you can deal with losses the right way. The first step is detach emotion. You should not be emotional in your life if you want to do anything great. You cannot be emotional at all, because I train every single day even when I don't feel like it. I create content even when I don't feel like it. I work even when I don't feel like it. I provide for my family even when I don't feel like it. I read even when I don't feel like it. Because in life, if you attach emotions with anything, you are not gonna reach anywhere in life, because emotions keep changing. I basically think that actions first and emotion follows. So what I basically mean is, let's say you don't feel like training. So what do? You start training and emotions will follow. Let's say you don't feel like doing some research for your business that you're starting. So you start the research and then think about how you feel. So the baseline is, you should not attach your emotions with anything in your life. You should be like an absolute professional, like an absolute, judge in a boxing match, let's say. So every single time you go through any loss, every single time you go through any hard time, any setbacks in your life, you should be there analyzing why it happened, analyzing what you learned out of it, and why did it happen. So let's say you had a breakup. So you should, instead of saying, I had a breakup and why did he or she left me and I'm devastated and etc., you should be sitting there asking yourself exactly what you learned out of this breakup. Why did this breakup happen? How did the relationship come to an end? Why did she or he left me? And you should be analyzing all these things, and you should find the lesson there, and you should find the area that you need to improve in that particular thing. You should not be sitting there asking, why me? I'm so unlucky. Why did he or she left me? Why did this happen? You should not be sitting there like that. You should be sitting there like an absolute professional. And it does not only comply with dating, or does not really comply with only relationships, but it complies with every single thing in life. Doesn't matter if it's business, it's your job, it's whatever, it's your fitness, health, whatever. If you lose your health, if you get sick, you should not be sitting there saying, I'm so unlucky, why did I get sick, and why only me, why I'm such a huge victim of not having good health. You should be sitting there analyzing what wrong thing you ate. Maybe you did not exercise much, maybe you did not drink enough water, maybe you did not get enough sleep. You should be there analyzing every single thing that happened and every single good and the bad thing that happened, and you should take out the lesson out of it, and you should take out what you learned, and you should take out the area that you must grow in. And you should do immediate adjustments. You should not be there just thinking. If you find out a lesson in a loss or in a setback, you should analyze it, you should take the actionable thing out of it, and you should instantly take action. You should instantly adjust the things. And I honestly like calling myself a winner. I never lose, not because I've never gone through any setbacks or anything like that. I like to consider myself a winner because no matter how many times I fail, no matter how many times I fall, I get back right away and I'm right back at it, and I'm straight moving forward right after I fall. Let's say I slip one day. I don't let myself slip the other day as well. I get up right away, I do the thing I'm supposed to do, I take my lessons, and I keep moving forward. And that's the same way with every single winner out there in the world. I have a lot of friends who are extreme winners. I work with millionaires, so that's exactly why I know, and that's exactly why I can verify this thing, that no matter how many hard things and how many hard challenges winners face, they come back right away. No matter how many times they fall, they get back right away. And you shouldn't be looking at loss as if it's an enemy. You shouldn't be looking at loss as if it's the end of the world. You should be happy every time you lose. It's kind of crazy for me to say, but it's true. You should be happy every time you lose, every time you go through anything bad, every time you face any struggles, hardships, anything like that. You should be happy. You should take the lesson. You should take the growth out of it and keep moving forward. Rocky said this in one of Rocky's movies, that it doesn't matter how hard you can hit, it matters how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. So it's the same with everything in life. If you want to achieve greatness, if you want to do anything greatly in life. So that's it. I hope this video inspired you, and no matter what situation you are going through right now, I hope this video will help you face those situations. Doesn't matter if how down you are, trust me that if you keep moving forward, you will get up and you will springboard out of it, and after a few time passes, you will look back and you will be glad that you kept moving forward. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, and before I end this video, Christmas is very near, and by the time I'm filming this, Christmas is super near, so I want to wish you guys Merry Christmas. Doesn't matter whichever God you praise. I'm personally a Christian, but whichever God you praise, Merry Christmas to you, God bless you, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Take care.